Welcome to Plant of the Week. Today we look into one of the world's most unusual and oldest living plants, Welwitschia Mirabilis, a desert survivor with only 2 leaves that can live for hundreds, even thousands of years. Native to the Namib Desert, this plant has fascinated botanists and ecologists for over a century due to its simple structure, long lifespan, and amazing adaptations to one of Earth's harshest climates. From its bizarre appearance to clever methods of gathering water, Welwitschia is surely one plant that is bound to amaze, a little window into evolution and resilient survival by plants. Let's check out some factors that make this plant one of the real wonders of the botanical world. Welwitschia Mirabilis is often known as a 2-leaf plant and is the only species in its family, Welwitschia. It is an ancient plant, having evolved more than 100 million years ago and existing almost unchanged since the time of the dinosaurs. Native to the coastal desert of Namibia and Angola, Welwitschia grows in one of Earth's driest and hottest environments, with annual rainfall rarely above 100 millimeters. Its Namib Desert home is so dry that temperatures can often rise above 45 degrees Celsius during the day, making its survival even more remarkable. Unique among plants, Welwitschia only produces 2 leaves that last its entire lifetime. These leaves grow at a constant, measured rate over centuries from a short woody trunk and have grown to lengths of up to 13 feet. Even if there are a number of frayed parts, there are only 2 real leaves on each plant. As the leaves grow, they become frayed, split, and curl due to desert winds and other exposure, giving the impression of many tattered leaves lying on the ground. The stem of this plant is very short and stores many essential nutrients to provide for the slow, steady growth that such large leaves need. The growth tissue called the meristem at the base of the leaves allows continuous growth of Welwitschhia's leaves. This produces new cells, much like human hair. The leaves grow continuously, allowing the plant to withstand harsh desert conditions without shedding damaged parts. This growth process is very important during the lifetime of Welwitschia, because it allows the plant to keep its limited foliage in an environment where resources are limited. Unlike other plants, which shed old leaves and grow new ones, Welwitschia keeps its leaves throughout its life. Welwitschia plants are either male or female and have different cones for reproduction. Instead of flowers, this plant produces strobili, cone-like structures that contain either pollen or seeds. Unlike typical desert plants, which are often wind-pollinated, Welwitschia depends on insects for pollination. Insects, wasps, bees, and some beetles are attracted to the nectar released onto the cones and transfer pollen from one plant to another. This insect pollination is a special adaptation in Welwitschhia's habitat and helps the plant reproduce under harsh conditions. Perhaps the most remarkable strategy for the plant's survival lies in how it collects moisture from fog. Due to the cold Benguela current off the Atlantic coast and warm desert air, thick fog often covers the Namib Desert. It drifts inland, reaches Welwitschhia's leaves, covering them, and thus provides a very important source of water. Water in the fog is taken up by the leaves through their numerous stomata, small pores on both surfaces of the leaves, allowing Welwitschia to take in essential moisture without relying fully on rainfall. This process, known as fog harvesting, provides much of the plant's water, making it well suited to an environment with limited groundwater. Welwitschia roots grow deep and far out into the desert sands, anchoring into underground water sources that feed it during long dry periods. The deep taproot allows the plant to reach moisture from scarce groundwater. This deep root system, along with its fog collection, provides a steady water supply for the plant, essential for survival over long periods. The roots hold the large leaves in place against strong winds and shifting sands, which would otherwise uproot the plants. Because of its slow growth and long lifespan, Welwitschia has been called a living fossil, a plant from ancient times, able to survive in harsh environments. Some wild Welwitschia specimens are estimated to be more than 1,000 years old. A few may even reach 2,000 years. Since it does not show visible growth rings like trees do, these plants can be dated with radiocarbon dating. The Welwitschia Mirabilis genome has just recently been sequenced, and it explains some of the plant's unusual adaptations to extreme conditions. Scientists found that the plant underwent a genome duplication about 86 million years ago during a period of extreme drought. This duplication added extra junk DNA, which was later turned off through a process called DNA methylation. This conserved energy for the plant, allowing it to focus on survival under dry, nutrient-poor conditions. This genetic makeup gives Welwitschia some advantages, like surviving in harsh conditions and continuing to grow when resources are very scarce. Beyond its remarkable adaptations, Welwitschia has been used in cultural practices by indigenous communities in Namibia and Angola. Local tribes like the Himba and Herero, for example, have used the plant for medicine since ancient times. Its cones and resin were sometimes collected for medicinal purposes, but modern conservation laws protect wild populations from overuse. The Namibians call Welwitschia Onyanga, which means onion of the desert. This name reflects its importance as a food plant in the desert, although modern times have hardly seen it consumed due to conservation and protection status. Welwitschia is not currently regarded as an endangered plant, but it does have several potential threats due to human activities and environmental changes. Its low reproduction rate and limited range make Welwitschia populations sensitive to disturbances. Off-road driving, livestock grazing, and seed collection for the plant trade can easily harm this sensitive plant. Conservation efforts for Welwitschia include international protections under CITES, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, and the designation of protected areas by Namibia to protect wild populations. Welwitschia can be grown outside its natural habitat, but it requires specific conditions, like sandy soil and minimal water, to prevent root rot. Some botanical gardens have had success growing Welwitschia plants from seed, but the plants are susceptible to fungal infections that can kill seedlings. Home gardeners willing to try growing this strangely fascinating plant should recreate the foggy, dry conditions of the Namib Desert with low humidity, well-draining soil, and no overwatering. For that reason, Welwitschia is not a plant for beginner gardeners. In other words, Welwitschia Mirabilis is considered one of the most remarkable plants in the botanical kingdom. Throughout millions of years, with just 2 leaves, it has adapted to this extreme climate of the Namib Desert. Its ancient origins, ability to collect fog, and strong genetics have come to symbolize an intriguing survival strategy, continuously fascinating scientists and plant enthusiasts alike. This plant's simple structure and long life offer a wealth of insight into evolutionary biology, showing how even basic adaptations can support life in some of the world's harshest places. Welwitschia stands as proof of the strong-willed nature and adaptability of life, surviving as a living fossil in one of Earth's oldest deserts. If you enjoyed learning about Welwitschia Mirabilis, please like and share this video with others.